Good morning, dear students. Hope you are doing good. And also, I'm feeling that you are very much confident about this treatment of works. So far, we have seen different methods of water treatment. Of course, different stages of water treatment, we can say. See here, in this treatment, all the stages are required very much concentration to get the wholesomeness of water. Right from the beginning stage, from the sedimentation to the distribution of water. See, we are in the 5th unit. We are discussing the removal of various minerals or else various chemicals which are existed in the water beyond their permissible levels. In the previous class or else in the previous session, we have seen how the fluorine is influencing and how can we add a fluorine in the name of fluoridation and how we can remove the extra fluorine in the form of in the name of defluoridation. We have seen. Similarly, today we'll discuss another treatment method, that is nothing but removing, else the topic is softening of water. Why we need softening? What is exactly behind this mechanism? Before we are going to discuss that, first of all, we will see why and when this softening of water is required. See here, in the previous class, we learned how to remove the fluorine and how to add fluorine. In the same way, we also learn how to remove iron and how to remove manganese. Discuss. See here, today's topic is hardness, that means softening of water. See here, for softening water, see here, soft, the other word, the exact opposite we can take into consideration with respect to today's topic, that is hardness. Thus, hardness is permissible up to 200 ppms, of course, as milligrams per liters here. Okay, that means if the water is not in soft conditions, what are all the different issues which we may face? There will be a lot of problems associated with this hard water. Of course, the scale formations will be observed because of what? The pipelines will be clogged. And similarly, if the water is hard, it consumed excessive soap and the cloths may be spoiled. And even the scale formations in the boilers may lead to the blast of boilers also. By considering all those, or else all these particular practical undesirable consequences with respect to the hard water, we must bring down that hard water in the name of water softening. How we can achieve this soft water? Today we'll discuss in the name of softening of water. See here, this is my notes only. I told you in the beginning, not somebody else and somewhere else. This is my notes. What I prepared for your easy understanding and grasping. So for all the contents we are discussing in the way you can easily understand. Similarly, here, this is a softening of water. Why? So before that, as you all aware, once we are in classroom, if we are in classroom, we used to write some introduction to every topic. The way we used to write the same way, by nature, groundwater associate with sulfates, chlorides, bicarbonates, which gives hardness to the water. But if the hardness is beyond the limits, permissible levels passes, it is not recommendable for usage, even for consumption also. When not recommendable for any other purpose. See, just now I told you as an introduction, why and what is the necessity? See here, the excessive soap will be taken to remove or else in the washing, and also scales are formed in the boilers, which may leads to the undesirable consequence, even blast also. Here, this spoils cloths, plumbing system may be clogged. By keeping all those undesirable consequences, we must remove the hardness of water in the name of water softening. There are two techniques for removing hardness or else for making water soft. The first one is removal of temporary hardness. How we can remove the hardness to the water, hardness of water. Simply in the temporary hardness, we are not doing anything else. We are just boiling the water. That's it. The best way of removing temporary hardness is for boiling. Because of boiling, the hardness of water will be reduced, and even we can say the hardness will be removed, and it is explained with the below equation. See MgCO3, HCO3 twice, and MgCO3, where the hard water, CaCO3 as hard water, it has been removed from the water. This is the equation. Understand? MgHCO3 and Mg magnesium carbonate. I mean, MgCO3 is precipitating CO2 and H2O releasing. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3, is getting precipitate and remaining will be, and the water will be separated. See here, the hardness of water, the hard nature of water is getting precipitate. And see here, precipitate in the sense the water is being released from the hardness. Because of what? Because of boiling, which which comes under removal of temporary hardness. You must keep in mind, whenever you get a question on softening of water, first of all you must write why the softness of water is required, and because of what the water is getting hard, or else water will be in hard nature, and how we can remove that hardness. The first one is removal of temporary hardness, and the next one is removal of permanent hardness. See here, this is an ion exchange process. If you get a question, write your notes on ion exchange, you can write this answer also. And this answer you can write as an example for softening of water also. Two questions. I mean, same question, two answers, or else two questions, single answer. You can write this question for ion exchange whenever you got a question on ion exchange, explain ion exchange, and you can write this answer for softening of water. See, base ion exchange process here. Here, this is a filter bed. This is the filter bed made up of zeolite or cation exchange process. See here, hard water inlet. This is hard water inlet. This is hard water inlet, and hard water is being distributed on the zeolite membrane or else zeolite bed. See here, filtered soft water. See, once the filter water is being filtered and it comes to the bottom, part, through this wall, soft water will be, see, this is the soft water outlet, will be taken off. And again, the hardness is still there and it will be reintroduced. See here, and this is if the bed, after a period of time, this bed loses its efficiency. In such cases, we'll discuss what is this brine water and what is this hydraulic injection. We'll discuss. No, see here, the diagram shows bed of sand and gravel to filter the water. Normally, to remove the permanent hardness under ion exchange process, there are different membranes and materials are available. Zeolite, which has shown mineralized material, when the hard water is passing through these filters, it leaves sodium and combines with calcium and magnesium. See here, this calcium and magnesium are the predominant, calcium and magnesium predominant components of hardness, unless these two creates hardness to the water. Hardness as CaCO3 as MgCO3. Hardness, how water will get hard? Because of the minerals like calcium and magnesium. See, when the water is passing through zeolite, zeolite is a mineral. What it is doing? It simply leaves sodium. Till then, till we are sending water, zeolite consists sodium. Once the hard water enters through that filter media, it leaves sodium and combines with calcium and magnesium, the filter bed clogging the calcium and magnesium, and the water with the sodium comes out. See here, sodium, CaHCO3 twice, CaSO4, and this is a zeolite. This is a hard water. See here, once it is passing, the zeolite combines with the calcium and leaves sodium. And see here, calcium, magnesium sulfide, see here, magnesium chloride, they converts with sodium, because as sodium is releasing and the zeolite membrane is adding with, combining with calcium and magnesium. This is what about the equation. See here, as the carbonates of, see here this point, carbonates of calcium, magnesium water are filtered by zeolite. The filtered water associated with sodium and reached the filter zone for supply. Now we'll see. See here, through this inlet, water is being pumping into the chamber. And this is the zeolite bed. Zeolite consists sodium, yes, cation exchange process. We can name it as an cation exchange process, ion exchange process. This is one of the method. See here, the water is distributing on the zeolite bed. This zeolite is nothing but having the mineral of sodium. Once the hard water in the sense, how we can call hard water as an hard water, because of the existence of calcium and magnesium components, calcium carbonate and magnesium minerals. See here, when the water is being distributed on the zeolite, this membrane has the tendency, it combines with calcium and magnesium, which are the causing agents of hardness, and releases sodium. As the bed releases sodium, the water is passing from the bed through, along with the sodium, and it will be collected and the water will be supplied. If it is needed one more time, require a filtration, again it will be subjected to the inlet. After a period of time, what happening? After a period of time, the zeolite bed loses sodium nature. See here, After a period of time, zeolite loses the efficiency of making bond with carbonates of calcium and magnesium. At this particular point, the zeolite membrane must be washed out with sodium chloride to retain its original efficiency, and it is shown in the below equation. See here, what happening after a period of time? After a period of time, it loses its efficiency of bonding with calcium and magnesium because the sodium levels are exhausted. As see, whenever the water combines with this bed, the zeolite releases sodium and combines with calcium and magnesium, which are causing agents of hardness. And the water is filtering along with the sodium, which is released by zeolite membrane and enters and will be removed and will be filtered, and that will be supplied. That will be sent for supply. Understand? The water, whenever distributed on the zeolite membrane, the zeolite may start bonding with calcium and magnesium, which are causing agents of hardness, by removing sodium, which is the inbuilt component of zeolite membrane. While the water is passing through the medium, it associates with the sodium, and the water will be sent for supply. After a period of time, as the zeolites fails to make bonding with calcium and magnesium because of low sodium levels, in that particular time, the sodium will be injected again to the bed, hydraulic injection, brain water in the sense, sodium, the water which is full of sodium salt, that will be reintroduced into the zeolite membrane to retain or as to get back its original stage, and that is shown in this following equation. Ca magnesium G R plus 2NaCl. See here, likewise, by adding sodium, again it starts bonding with calcium and magnesium. Likewise, the hardness of the water can be removed, and we can achieve the soft water at the other end. This is about the softening of water. What is softening of water, and why water is hard in nature? Because of the, I mean, because of the components of sulfates, chlorides, carbonates, bicarbonates, which gives more hardness to groundwater, but it is not recommendable for usage in such concentrations. The hardness of water must be removed. How we can remove? In the name of hardness are two types: permanent hardness and temporary hardness. The temporary hardness can be removed by boiling, and this equation is resembling and shows the whole mechanism. And the permanent hardness can be removed by ion exchange process, where zeolite bed is using zeolite having the predominant mineral of sodium, and while the water is being passed through the zeolite membrane, the zeolites start bonding with calcium and magnesium, which are causing agents of hardness, and releasing sodium. While the water is being filtered through the zeolite membrane, it is associated with the sodium, which is released by the zeolite bed, and comes out as a filtered water that will be supplied. After a period of time, zeolite loses its tendency of making bond with calcium and magnesium, which are causing agents of hardness. In such cases, simply we are again injecting sodium. This is a brain water, sodium water, this hydraulic injection, to get back its original stage of making bonds with calcium and magnesium. By doing so, the hardness of water can be reduced, and we can achieve the soft water at the other end, and that will be sent for supply. This is about the softening of water. Understand? Try to draw these diagrams, and this is the my notes, and we can write down the points so that we can easily understand. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, you please contact me in the domain whatever you feel convenient, either message, phone, or mail. Thank you.